Find a comfortable position and allow your body to settle. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Again, breathing in and breathing out. For the next few moments, you don't need to fix anything. You don't need to figure anything out. You don't need to know what happens next. I want you to bring to mind one thing happening in your life right now that you've been resisting. Something you feel stuck in. Something you wish were different. Something you've been fighting with, trying to understand, trying to change, trying to escape, or perhaps trying not to feel. You don't need to choose the biggest thing in your life. Just notice what comes forward. Now, imagine that you're standing outside somewhere in nature. Notice the sky above you, the trees around you, the sounds in the distance. And as you look down, you realize that your feet are caught in quicksand. This quicksand represents the situation you've been struggling with. Notice that your first instinct is to get out. So you struggle, you pull, you push, you fight against it. And every time you struggle, the sand seems to pull you a little deeper. Notice what happens inside of you. Your attention narrows. Suddenly, all you can see is the quicksand. All you can think about is getting out. And maybe this is what has been happening inside of you with this situation. Notice the thoughts that start appearing. Maybe I'm not enough. I'm failing. I made a mistake. I'm not loved. I'm not chosen. This shouldn't be happening. I've tried everything. Nothing is working. Doesn't matter anyway. Or maybe your mind has its own story. Don't try to change the thoughts. Just notice them. And notice what you do when you believe them. Maybe you fight harder. Maybe you analyze. Maybe you replay conversations. Maybe you try to control what happens next. Maybe you search endlessly for the solution. Maybe you shut down. Maybe you blame yourself. Maybe you blame someone else. Or maybe you stop looking altogether and just pretend the quicksand isn't there. Just notice. And now notice the emotions underneath all of it. Fear, anger, grief, shame, helplessness, disappointment, uncertainty. And notice whether there's another struggle happening here too. I don't want to feel this. I shouldn't feel this. I need this feeling to go away. And every time you fight what you're feeling, Imagine yourself sinking just a little deeper. Not because the emotion is hurting you, but because you're fighting against your own experience. So for just one moment, stop struggling. Become still. Feel the sand around you. Feel your breath. Allow yourself to acknowledge, I am in the quicksand. This is where I am. This is what is happening. This is what I am experiencing right now. Take a breath. You don't have to like it. You don't have to want it. You don't even need to know why it's happening. And acceptance does not mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean you're going to stay here forever. It doesn't mean anything about your worth. Acceptance simply means ending the internal conflict with what is already here. So allow yourself just for this moment to stop arguing with reality. This is what is here. This is what I feel. This is what I know right now. And I don't have to know what happens next. Notice what happens to your body when there's nothing left to fight. Maybe your shoulders soften, your jaw releases, your breathing begins to steady, and something else begins to happen. Until now, your entire field of vision has been filled with the quicksand, the problem, the fear, the question, how do I get out? But as your body becomes still, your gaze begins to lift. And for the first time, you notice the world around you again. Oh my gosh, there are trees, there is solid ground, there is sky. There are sounds you couldn't hear when you were struggling. Your world was always larger than the quicksand. You simply couldn't see it while you were fighting. And now, you notice something beside you. A thick tree root emerging from the earth. It was there before, but you couldn't see it. You gently reach toward it, and you notice something else. A fallen branch, a patch of firmer ground. You hear someone in the distance. You see another path you hadn't considered. You don't need to decide what any of these things mean. Just notice that possibility has returned to your awareness. And maybe the solution isn't even visible yet. Maybe all you can see is one route, one next step, one thing that's within reach. That's enough. You don't need the entire path. You only need to be present enough to recognize what life is offering you right now. Take another breath and ask quietly, what becomes possible when I stop fighting what is? And now ask yourself, what can I see now that I couldn't see while I was resisting? And finally, ask yourself, what is this moment asking of me? Don't force an answer. Just see what floats up. Maybe a word comes, maybe an image, maybe an action, maybe nothing comes at all. That is okay. Because maybe acceptance isn't about immediately finding the way out. Maybe acceptance is simply the moment you become available to a way you couldn't see before. Feel the root beneath your hand. Feel your breathing. Feel the world around you. The quicksand may still be there. The situation may still be here. But something has changed. You're no longer fighting the fact that you are here. And from that place, there's space. There's awareness. There's choice. There's possibility. And maybe there's an intelligence larger than the part of you that believed it had to figure everything out alone. Take one final slow breath in, and as you breathe out, allow yourself to say, I release my fight with what is. I accept what is here now, and I remain open to what I cannot yet see. Whenever you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room, knowing that acceptance was never the end of possibility. It was the place possibility became visible again.